Good evening, and thank you for joining this version of our Digicast that we have on Facebook, Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And we are live streaming on the web as well. So, for the most part, Safe Touch Security First Alert Live Radar is dry. A little stubborn shower down here in Ware County and Homerville. There's a lot of lightning associated with that right now. So if you know anybody down in that region, that will have to rain itself out. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And I'll be watching that. I don't think it's going to head back toward Waycross. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. If you know anybody there, if you want to say, hey, my friends are in Homerville and stuff is going on. But let's talk about the showers that we did have today. Wow. Wow, horseshoes and hand grenades, okay? So this little dot right here off the coast of Tybee, more than 3 inches, but once you start getting toward the lighthouse, Little Tybee, you're talking about almost 2 inches at the beaches and the pier. We got a little bit of action here right along the river. The Ogeechee saw about 2.5 inches, so if you were anywhere in Richmond Hill, you know that it was a wet day today. But see the stark difference right there. Oh, wow. So anybody really north of I-16, I try to talk about dividing lines. There's a sweet man, Mr. Edwards in Effingham County, and he was like, Jamie, what'd you ever do when before I-16 was built? And I said, well, Mr. Edwards, I don't know. But so I try to say, all right, you're going to be dry here, but this was a really good example of just a trough that's set up right along I-16. So Effingham, you remain dry. Bullitt County, Clint, where is Clint? If you're watching this, remember you asked me last night, when's Register going to get some rain? Well, obviously not today. You had a 40% chance. Everything was relegated right along the coastline. And then we did have a flooding advisory for St. Simon's Island. It was really rainy and stormy today. So let's go ahead and talk about, I'm not going to throw my back, talk about the tropics, okay? So we're about to hit September, and I think it's going to start getting active. I think we're going to start to see more waves coming off the African coast. The pattern is going to get a little bit more active here. So you could actually see the storminess right here that will eventually become an open wave at a 5-day, 20% chance of development. And this will most likely make its way across the ocean as an open wave, and there's a possibility that may be named, and we're going to be watching that very closely. So possibly by the end of next week, we could have a named storm. It's possible. So just keep your eyes open. Tybee dry now, but it was a wet day today, and it is 76 on Tybee, 77 Hilton Head, 76 in Savannah. And our temperatures have kind of held steady. Jessup is the temperature gauge is out right now. I have a couple of comments, so I just want to check in and see if anybody say, hey, Joseph Howell, Nancy Terry, how you doing? Lo Sem, Rashad Reddick, and good evening to you, Teresa Naismith. Hey, Sophie Miller, a lot of rain in Richmond Hill today, so hopefully you enjoyed that, Ron. Hey, Jamie. Yeah. Well, at least it wasn't bad, Lily. Awesome. Awesome. Positive. Power of positivity. Hey, Mandy Griffiths. How are you? And we'll continue on and talk about tomorrow. So look at that. We still have a feels like temperature of 85 in Swainsboro. Feels like almost 90 in Waycross. And what you see is what you get in Savannah. I'm telling you, it doesn't feel that bad outside. It feels actually kind of nice. So tomorrow's highs, because we will not have as many rain clouds around. Now, south of the Altamaha in these areas did make it up to these temperatures today, so not much difference, but we're talking about 91 Savannah. We only made it up to 85 this afternoon, and that was right around, I want to say 12:30 or 1 o'clock, because at my house, I walked the dog, I went ahead and watered my lawn just 'cause, and then the bottom dropped out. But it was good. It was a good rain. It wasn't severe weather either. However, I do have a picture on my own page of some really ominous clouds with lightning along Tybee, and unfortunately some people were still swimming and you really want to head in. It looked really cool. So I appreciate the picture from the pier, but everybody in the water. So it'll be much warmer for these cities that did see the rain today. It'll be a comfortable 87 in Beaufort, 91 in Ridgeland. Watch hour by hour. We remain dry overnight. Look at the coastal showers that may develop here 10 o'clock early. We do have clouds building in. I don't want to say it's going to rain at 11 o'clock. But the possibility of McIntosh south to Brunswick is a little bit better. And then we see the sea breeze really build in. We didn't really see that today because there wasn't a real difference of temperature, water temperature versus land temperature. So that's what you get. The sea breeze rolls in when warm air rises, and that sea breeze rolls in from the ocean. So we didn't get to see that today because of the cloud coverage, but right around 1 o'clock, maybe a downpour for Richmond Hill, maybe Pembroke, maybe Jessup, and then by 5 o'clock, look at how it just dissipates. So high pressure, drier air, sinking air, but look at this little pulse of energy coming in from Florida, 7 o'clock, so be prepared. So we were talking about Homerville earlier. So same kind of pattern set up here. So maybe some rogue showers for Tatnall, Toombs, Montgomery, and Appling and Bacon counties. 9 even, 7, 9. And then we're dry overnight heading into Thursday. So good news there. So 30, 20, 20, 20. This is very, very seasonable, very nice. This may change. But you know, we talked about it. We're like, we want to err on the side of caution and say 30% chance on Monday. I think for the most part, our Labor Day is going to be good. So thumbs up for that. Yay. And let's see if anybody else has joined the conversation. Uh-oh. Ooh. Glad I'm not in Swainsboro. I woke up to rain, sweet rain. The sun is evil. Well, Michael, sometimes it is. Guyton, sure. I'm glad I'm not in Swainsboro. Hey, Jamie, love the rain today. Well, Patty, depends on where you live. Tomorrow I could give you more. No tennis today. Sorry, Ann. So I just answered the Labor Day question. Cool. Tamika McAfee, how are you? Jennifer Fly High Rail. Winter Weaver, cute pic. And hello, David Kirchinger. And Joey Sordinsky, how are you? Let me go back for Guyton. You were dry today, and well, most likely, let's roll through this again, okay? And I keep it wide for all intents and purposes as far as following the pattern that you can see out here in the ocean. So possible coastal showers as early as 10. Coming into the coast, maybe a brief downpour. So here's Guyton right here, 11, 1, 2, maybe for dismissal. But then you're talking about your drive time home at 5 o'clock. I think we're all good. 7 o'clock, inland, south, US 1, and 301 type of deal. Okay? Glad I moved from St. Petersburg to Savannah. I don't know if that's a joke. Are you being sarcastic, David? Bring on the cool weather. Joseph, it was only 85 today. Come on. Come on. Now, listen, I didn't expect that much rain today. We put it at 40%, and you can see that, 50,000 people in Effingham County didn't get a drop, but the majority of our viewers in Chatham County did. So that's where the cookie crumbled today. We just had a shortwave trough, which is just a little trough. Like you could have big troughs like a cold front. So this was just a little trough along I-16 that just set up and kept raining, right? And we were like, when is this going to move? And finally it just went away. Hello from the east side. Woke up just before the rain started. Did you get anything done today, Paula? And I hope you enjoyed the high of 85. So we're going to wrap this up, and Elizabeth Allen says, hey, and Joseph, he wants cool weather, but 85 is the best I can give you today. That was it. All right. If there are no more questions, I will see you guys later. If you have any other questions and we're not live, then go ahead and hit me up on my own page at WTOC Jamie. Go look at that shelf cloud that Doug Knowles sent me from. He actually lives in Hampton, but he's an avid photographer and he's pretty good. He just started. So glad to see those pictures, glad to share them with you. And I will see you later. I'll see you on the 11th. Good night.